Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I really do. I hope everybody had a great week. I really do. And I hope you're all planning on a very good weekend. It's always good to plan for good weekends, whether it rains or not. Haven't had any rain here over 5 weeks now. We could use some rain here. But just want to touch base a little bit. Like I said, hope everybody has a great weekend. One thing you might want to not forget when you're storing storable food, okay, is don't forget stuff like this. You know, goodies. Don't forget little stuff like that, little goodies. Because when the doo-doo hits the proverbial fan, it's not really if, it's just when, because nobody really knows when. But, we all kind of thought it would already be there by now. And we're probably not that close. I mean, we're not that far away from it. We're pretty darn close to it. But we're not there yet. You can still go out and buy a lot of stuff, pay a little bit more for it, but you can still buy pretty much what you want. If you go to, new supermarkets, stuff like that, there's right now, in most parts of the country, there's plenty of food on the shelves. Everything you want is pretty much there. But it costs a lot. It costs a lot more now than it did a long time ago. And it's probably going to cost more until things kind of settle down. Now, me personally, I'm not looking for things to settle down all that much, which is why certain things I've been purchasing, just to get some stuff because I won't be able to purchase it later. Probably won't be able to afford a few things later. I have some discretional funds that can be used, for me, myself and I, so to speak. I can use it for a few things that I want, not necessarily that I need. A few things that, make me feel just a little more comfortable. New chair, right? Good, comfortable, lazy boy chair. What I had, really hard lazy boy chair. So I went and got me a new lazy boy chair. Just little things, but things like that, if you need something to make life a little better and you can afford it, by all means, go do it. Don't put it off and off and off because we don't really know for sure when we'll, might not be able to buy this stuff because it might cost too much, it just might. And, but it's like I say, treats. Your kids, if you got kids, nephews, nieces, whatever, they're going to want some stuff like that during some hard times, and so don't forget about them. And you yourself might want some stuff. I kind of like these things once in a while too. But get a few things that make you feel better, make you feel good. If you need something that's comfortable, and you've got this discretionary funds, go buy it. Why not? Like I said, I like drones. I got my last drone. I'm not going to buy another one. I've got four really, but 3 good ones with GPS and all that good stuff that can do everything I ever need. I don't need anything else. Everything's fine. But there are a few things that me and my better half needed around here. So, rather than just say, well, I'll get it next week, next month, maybe next year. If we had some extra funds, we just went out and bought some stuff. Things that would make us feel a little better, a little more comfortable in our home and stuff. Not neglecting the fact that we need to make sure it's hardened and make sure it's, we have plenty of storable food and short-term, long-term, that's a given. That should be number one priority so you can live. You got to live. Able purified water and all that good stuff, it's very important. But it's also very important to enjoy life a little bit, Now, I don't go out and about everywhere. And I do sort of kind of enjoy a little television now and then. And so a good, comfortable chair, is important to me. The old bones, are not getting younger. So like I said, a good chair is important to me. So got a decent bed, stuff like that, that's fine. But like I was saying, get out, get some of the things that you kind of want, maybe be putting off because you don't know if you're going to be able to get them anymore, and if they are there, you don't know if you'll be able to afford them for sure. So I'm just saying, don't go hog wild, don't go crazy. But, if you can afford to get a couple things that would make your life a little easier, a little more comfortable, there's no reason, it's nothing bad without being a little bit comfortable, I'm pretty sure, God wants us, to worship him, but he doesn't want us to do it terribly. You know what I'm saying? So we give everything to God. All glory goes to Him. But I just think that while we're here on earth, there are a few things, we can give ourselves. Because number one, we're supposed to be helping those who can't help themselves. That should be a foregone conclusion. You help feed the needy. You help take care of the poor if you can, when you can. But it also is okay to have just a couple little things for yourself, you and your family, it just is. We're not going to be here forever on this planet. So, we might as well try to be comfortable as we can, because like I said, there's going to come a time where we won't be able to afford all this stuff. And some of the stuff may not be here anyways. So, all right then. Hey, look, I appreciate you guys being here. I always do. Thank you so much for stopping by, and appreciate comments. Thumbs ups are great. Like I said, don't forget the treats. Kids love treats. Humans love treats. People love treats. Don't forget your dogs. They like treats too. Just saying. So, all right then. Hey, look, until next time, there's nothing but love for you guys. I really mean it. And we will catch you later.